Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Space News Pod. This is a show about SpaceX, NASA, and spaceflight. I'm your host, Will Walden. Now, let's get right into this because this is a pretty huge thing that's going to be happening down here at SpaceX's Starbase in Boca Chica, Texas, in the next few days. So next Monday, the 31st of January, 2022, something big is going to be happening down here. And we will kind of touch on some of the things that it may be, and I want to know what you think it's going to be in the comments below. But first, let's take a look at how we know this is going to be happening. So right now, let's take a look. There's road closures that are happening. SpaceX closes the road, usually between the Starbase production facility and the launch facility. And that's a few miles, like altogether. They close it down if something's happening at the launch site. Now, something's happening from the production site. If they're moving something from the production site to the launch site, they may close down a little bit further of the road, but most of the time, it's just between the production site and the launch site. So a couple miles of road, right? January 31st, 2022, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. road closure. Same goes for February 1st and February 2nd of 2022. SpaceX is closing the roads, not only between the production site and the launch site, but further up the road from where you drive down Highway 4 all the way to SpaceX's Starbase. They're closing that whole stretch of Highway 4. Basically, all of SpaceX's road, it's about a 15 to 20 mile drive down Highway 4. That's a huge, huge deal. And there's only a few reasons why they would do this, right? So SpaceX is building Starship down here. SN20 is out there right now. Booster 4 is out there right now. They're constantly working at Starbase, at the launch site, to prepare SpaceX's SN20 for a launch on top of Booster 4. And that's for the upcoming orbital flight test that's going to be launching from Starbase and going to Kauai. That's where Starship SN20 is going to land in the water off Kauai, and it's going to sink out there if it has a proper re-entry, so to speak. So let's take a look at how we know that this is going to be a long road closure. Temporary closure of Highway 4 from Oklahoma Avenue to Boca Chica Beach, January 31st, 2022. Non-flight activities. So we know right off the bat, they're not going to be flying anything. It's not going to be a test flight. It's not going to be a supersonic flight. Nothing like that is going to be happening with SN20. Nothing like that is going to be happening with Booster. Booster's not flying. Ship 20 is not flying. Not right now. Not January 31st of 2022, not February 1st or February 2nd of 2022. What could it be then? SpaceX is continuing to build out the launch facility, the launch platform, the launch tower, also working on the QD arms and also on the chopsticks. So I made a video a couple days ago that was basically saying, hey, could they be doing a full stack of Starship? Could they be doing a stack of maybe SN20? Maybe they could put SN20 on the chopsticks and raise it all the way up to the top and bring it back down. Incrementally raise it up and bring it back down. That's still a possibility. And I want to keep that in the conversation. Now, Booster 4, it's right there. It's right next to Ship 20, but they moved Ship 20 really close, about 40 to 50 yards from, or meters from the chopsticks. So it's right there, and we have video of it. It's literally right next to it. So would it be a good idea for SpaceX to take Ship 20 up, put it on the orbital pad? That could be a thing. It's not ready yet for anything like that. There's still scaffolding on the pad. Could Booster 4 come over to the chopsticks? Could they move Booster 4 over? Yeah, they could. They could move Booster 4 over. Could they put that on the orbital flight pad? Yes, they could. Could they and this is hypothetical, and I want to know what you guys think in the comments, of course. Could they take booster 4, put it on the pad, and then move the chopsticks over, pick up SN20, move SN20 on top of booster 4? That's a possibility too. Could we see a full stack of booster 4 and SN20 coming up on the 31st? Now, I'm making this video the night of the 27th. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 days until the 31st. And that's a 12-hour time frame on the 31st. But why are they closing down this road for 12 hours? The whole stretch of land. Let me show you how far this is. I got on Google Maps right here. Check this out. The whole thing from the Border Patrol checkpoint, right? Like right around here, all the way down here, all the way down here. It's a huge amount of land that you're covering. 15, 20 miles, 30-minute drive. There's the production facility. All the way down to the flight facility, the launch facility. And then the beach is over here, and they close down the beach. So in all, it's about a 30-minute drive from one end to the other end. Let me see if I can get this whole thing in here for you. So you can see that it's a 36-minute drive. That's a huge amount of space, pun intended, that SpaceX will be using for this test. Why are they closing it off? Could they stack these two things over the next 4 days onto the pad? And then possibly do a cryo test, a fit test, and possibly, just possibly, pressure test and a booster static fire with a Starship on top of the booster. That's like pie in the sky. That's what I want to see. But more than likely, it's going to be some sort of static fire test with booster 4, which is still pretty cool. Like, I'm pretty excited about booster 4 testing. It would be really cool to see a full stack, though. But if they do get done with the booster 4 testing, then they could stack Ship 20 on top of booster 4, and then they could do another round of tests with Starship on top, because they have to do a fit test again. Things move around, things kind of have moved. Spaceship or Ship 20 and booster have both moved around the area there a lot, actually. So I have to make sure that the fit test still works. So I'm going to reestablish this. I'm guessing booster 4, lift to the pad, and then 29 Raptor static fire. And that would be the only reason that I could think they're shutting down this whole thing, other than a full stack. I mean, they could do a chopstick lift. That was another thing that I said. And that's still in the conversation, but now that I look at it, I mean, they have 4 days to do a lot of work, but they're doing a ton of work every single day on the pad and on the tower. Like, they're not really working on booster as much. They don't have a huge team on there, but they do have a huge amount of people, a huge team on the pad and on the tower right now. So it looks like they're gravitating everything over towards the tower. So it looks like something is going to be happening pretty huge at SpaceX's Starbase in the next week or so. So it could be 31st, the 1st, or the 2nd. So stay tuned for that. They may cancel due to weather or something. So you never know with SpaceX. I'll let you know what's going on, though. I'm going to be down there every day. I'm going to be streaming every single day up until then and on those days. So stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell so you know when I go live, so you can see it as it's happening. Very cool. So thanks, everybody. I appreciate your time. If you're new here, thanks for subscribing. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you've been here for a long time, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your help. So I'll see you. Bye-bye.